those who are faced with doubt or uncertainty. Let me tell you, we live in the greatest country in the world, and when it seems that nothing is possible and the odds are stacked against you, let me tell you, and I can speak from experience, anything is possible. There are no obstacles you can't overcome, and defeat is only temporary. Voters across this great state can send the clearest possible message. The Obama-Shaheen agenda ends right here, right now.
All right, folks, Scott Brown's last ad as he takes on Jeanne Shaheen in the race for the Senate seat from New Hampshire. Joining us now is Governor John Sununu, former governor of New Hampshire and former White House Chief of Staff to President George H.W. Bush. Welcome back, sir.
It's nice to be back. I think it's going to be a good night. So I'm happy to be part of your show today.
Well, I appreciate that. How good do you think it's going to be? We just had Andy Card, who echoed what we heard yesterday from Bill Kristol, who said 9 to 10 seats, very possible. Are you that optimistic?
I am. I'm kind of focusing on 53, 54, somewhere between 52 and 54. But I think 53, 54, which would be 8 or 9. And if people do what they're supposed to do, it could be 10.
What about Scott Brown? You've been, you've consulted with him, or he's consulted with you, and we've been talking about him over the course of your last couple of appearances. You were very optimistic. Where are we today?
I'm very optimistic. I think Scott's going to do it. Up here, it's going to be a question of turnout, and the only reason I am not absolutely sure he's going to win is we were kind of surprised in 2012 with the ground game the Dems put on the ground and to get voters out. We haven't been able to see them what they're doing, and I get nervous when I don't see what they're doing. But I think the Republicans have matched them in ground game, and it's going to be a great night for New Hampshire with Scott taking the Senate seat.
You know, the Daily Caller has gotten a hold of some letters. And they show that Jeanne Shaheen was briefed on the IRS plot in a 2012 memo, the plot so-called to go after conservative groups. I don't know if that's coming out too late to make any difference.
It's coming out a little late, but it's the Shaheen shenanigans, and you know, the Dems have tons of that on their back. It's part and parcel, I think, in general, what has created such an anger that's going to drive the vote up tonight.
You know, when I got to tell you, when you see all these flyers go out, these racially tinged flyers saying in every state that there's going to be another Ferguson, another George Zimmerman, there's going to be KKK, and then you hear the First Lady, as she was on with Roland Martin, talking about, and she knew, she acknowledged she was addressing a mostly black audience and said, doesn't matter who's on the ballot, just vote Democrat. And then went into talking about if they have a good night, everybody could get fried chicken, which I never understood. But let's concentrate on that. I mean, you know, talking to black people as if they're stupid, whether it's the flyers or the First Lady saying it doesn't matter who's on the ballot, just pull the lever for D. That's degrading, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you know what? My feeling on all of this politics of division, black versus white, man versus woman, successful versus not successful, class warfare. I think the Republicans have to frame this as a message, and a message directed to the young voters of America after this election. Put all these specifics down together and say, you guys have been voting for cool in the past, and this is what cool has given you. A Democratic Party that is designed to divide America, and we cannot continue with this politics of division, and see if we can't get them to open their eyes, because the biggest concern I have going forward, post what I think is going to be a great night for Republicans, is that we have all these divides shoved down our throat, and we have a nation that's divided, and a nation that's divided is not a strong nation.
Yeah, and it's the antithesis of what Barack Obama ran on in '08, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, you can always tell when he's lying because his lips are
That's a good one. I love that one. All right, and any surprises tonight? Governor's races. I mean, how do you see anything on the horizon there that'll shock us?
No, I'm hoping that Foley
in Connecticut,
a good win in Connecticut. The conservative candidate dropped out.
Right.
I applaud him for doing that. You know, third-party candidates. It's time that our, you know, the conservative wing of the Republican Party, of which I consider myself an early and aggressive member of. We have to understand that you can't change anything without winning.
Gotcha. Governor, great talking to you, sir. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Governor John Sununu. We'll be back with Senator Alan Simpson. Don't go away.